Good morning, and here's the plan for today. Now that you've turned in your warm-up, I want to review C and D with you real quick, and then you guys are going to move on to make your second claim because you've now analyzed 4 sources instead of just 2, so you should have a better idea of your answer to the question that we're going to be debating next week about were the Dark Ages really dark? Were they actually going through a decline? So, let's review real quick. Document C. When was this document written and by whom? I read that at the very top before I actually read the document itself, and it talked about the monks at the abbey writing it in the mid-800s or the 9th century. Same thing. So that's it for 1. 2, what kind of document is it? What do you think the purpose was for writing it? Again, I found this in the same section as number 1. The document's an annual or yearly record, and its purpose was to describe Europe's issues from 845 to 853. Now, at the top of document C, it specifically says it's describing Europe's troubles in the mid-9th century. It focuses on invasions by heathens or non-Christian barbarian tribes. But I noticed in the writing, it didn't only talk about invasions, it also talked about there's an earthquake that happens twice in the same city. There's a famine or a shortage of food. There's people burning down towns. There's thousands of people dying because of the invasion. So I went more broad because I don't want to be too specific and then miss out on other details that are important. So there's 2. 3, which textbook account, A or B, does this document corroborate? Or, as I've written on the board, which one does it agree with? Tell me how and why. Now, I'm thinking, and I'm playing devil's advocate, both sides here, but you could argue both documents, in my opinion. So take a look at your argument, see if it's solid, see if it matches mine. If you came up with something different, let me know. I would love to know your thoughts. I miss things sometimes. It happens. I'm human. But I noticed with textbook A, or document A actually is a better term, but that's fine. We'll leave it. Both of them appear to describe a time of lawlessness. That word literally came from document A. And lawlessness, I looked up, it means chaos. So there's chaos in Europe according to textbook A. That's all it says. Now, textbook A simply mentions it, but document C describes the chaos and details exactly what is happening. I mean, no food, invasions, burning, earthquakes. That's chaos in my opinion. So I think both of them agree there. Now, textbook B, or document B, specifically says, and I quoted it, Europeans resettled lands that had been depopulated by the 9th and 10th century invasions. Now, document C talks about invasions also, but it also talks about thousands of people dying, which, I mean, that's depopulation, that's population declining. So there, I thought both of them agreed, and they're the same time period. So document C says middle of the 9th century, while textbook B says 9th and 10th century. So it says an extra century, so they differ a little bit there, but they both mention the 9th century. So same time, depopulation, that's where they both agree, in my opinion. If you disagree, that's awesome. I would love for you to disagree with me, as long as you can support it. Now, number 4, do you think it is a reliable piece of evidence? Why or why not? I've purposely not given you an answer here because I want your thoughts. I just want to remind you, you should go back and look at the source. Who was it written by? When? Were they people that experienced it in the moment? Are these people we can trust? Do they have biases? Was it written after the fact and they, well, I heard about what was happening in this city from a friend of a cousin's of a girlfriend's brother's sister's dog's owner. I mean, seriously, if that's the case, then that's not reliable. But look at the source. Give me a solid piece of evidence. Why is this source reliable or not? And then you're good with document C. Moving on to document D. We are focusing on laws at the time, and we've got 3 questions. When and where were these laws written? Number 1. I found that, again, at the very top of the document, it says these laws were written in France and Germany, so Europe still, in the 8th and 9th centuries, which is the 700s and 800s. What was the purpose of these laws? Same thing at the very beginning, it lays out 3 reasons. They are defining the worth of currency, regulating the exchange of currency, which I gave you some synonyms here. Money is currency, trade is exchange. And they're establishing penalties for people who are breaking these laws, which makes sense. That's what we do now. We have laws that if you commit this crime, here's your punishment, assuming you're caught. Now, last question, number 3. Compare this document to textbook A. Do you think these laws reflect how the textbook describes life in the Middle Ages? Why or why not? So the first one, compare. Textbook A. Again, it talks about lawlessness or chaos, which I believed related to document D because document D is talking about laws. And I know laws are created to either prevent chaos or to fix the chaos. So the government is actively involved at this time trying to fix whatever chaos is happening. Textbook A also talks about a decline in commerce or in trade and money. And some of these laws in document D focus on money and how much it's worth. I didn't finish my answer. How much it's worth. So to me, because they're both on similar topics, I can see some comparisons here. Do I think document D though? So those are my comparisons. Do I think document D, these laws, reflect the textbook and how it describes life in the Middle Ages? So if I'm looking at only textbook A, textbook A is talking about a time of turmoil, confusion, ignorance, lawlessness, decline and a lack of government which could keep order. See, that's where I'm starting to disagree. Clearly, this government is trying to keep order. They're creating laws, which goes against what document A is saying. So that's something, again, it's your opinion. What do you think? I'm not going to give you an answer because I want to know your thoughts. I think you could argue either way. Give me a solid piece of evidence, though, and tell me why you think the way you think. Now, if you've been watching this video, it's been about 7.5 minutes, and I talked a lot and I talked fast. So thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. I understand C and D were a bit more difficult than A and B, but you guys are doing awesome. You're hanging in there, and I'm really excited for next week's debate. With that being said, if you've made it this far, raise your hand with either your pen or pencil in your hand, and the first 5 people that do that, I will give you 4 dojo points, which is worth 1 day's worth of music, so you can use that later on, because I really appreciate you listening this long. Once you're done with this one, though, move on to the next one, and I'll quickly explain. Actually, no. You know what? It's so fast, I don't need to make a second video. Here's what you're going to do. Once you're done with C and D, you've reviewed your answers. You guys started with your first claim on Wednesday. Flip that page over, and you'll notice a second claim. So again, now that you've read C and D, you've got 4 documents under your belt. You tell me, was this time period between 400 AD and 1400 AD a dark age for Europe? Yes or no, tell me here. And then from C and D, give me 3 pieces of evidence that support your yes or no claim. If your claim has changed, that's awesome. That's okay. If your claim hasn't changed, that's still awesome. That's still okay. You're forming your opinion here. You're gathering evidence like a historian. You are analyzing and thinking. So tell me what your thoughts are, and this will wrap up today. If you've got extra time today, enjoy it. Listen to some music, work on something simple, typing club, take a mental break, play a computer game for fun. Just relax, enjoy, and let's make it through this Friday so we can enjoy our weekends. If you've got any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for hanging in there for almost 10 minutes now. Happy Friday.